Good evening, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Daily Motion. This is Rich again, back for your third and final video blog of the night for Sunday, February 8th, 2015, 7:38 p.m. in Billerica, Massachusetts. Starting to snow out, and we're in for heavy-duty snow. Some places 24 inches when it's all said and done. And schools are canceled, business are canceled, people be homebound again. This is getting to be the same old song and dance. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. When is spring and warmer temperatures is coming? Soon, but it might not be for a while. Some news to report. The Cincinnati Reds re-signed third baseman Todd Frazier to a 2-year contract extension worth $12 million. And the Grammy Awards start about in 20 minutes on CBS. That's about it on that. My third and final video blog subject of the night is about one of the most controversial players in Major League Baseball history and one of the best players in Major League Baseball history, Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds was an outfielder. He played 22 seasons in the big leagues. He has the record for most home runs of all time, 762, and he was a great 5-2 player. Barry was born in Riverside, California, and he grew up in San Carlos, California. His father was former Major League Baseball outfielder Bobby Bonds, who played for a number of teams, including the San Francisco Giants. And his godfather is Baseball Hall of Famer Willie Mays, the Say Hey Kid, who's going to be a future subject on these video blogs. Barry played basketball, baseball, and football when he was high school. In his senior year, Barry batted .467. He was named Prep All-American. And the San Francisco Giants actually drafted Barry in the second round of the 1982 Major League Baseball Amateur Draft in the second round. But Barry opted to go to college. He went to Arizona State University, and his career at Arizona State University, 347, 45 home runs, and 167 RBIs. The Pittsburgh Pirates drafted Barry Bonds in the first round. He was the 6th overall pick in the 1985 Major League Baseball Amateur Draft, and he went to the minor leagues. Barry only spent 1 year in the minors before getting promoted to the big leagues. He made his Major League debut May 30th, 1986 with the Pirates. Originally, he wore number 7, but eventually he wore number 24. And he had a good rookie season. He led the National League rookies in home runs, RBIs, and stolen bases. But Barry placed 6th in the Rookie of the Year, battling for the National League that year. The Rookie of the Year that year was Todd Worrell, who was a closer for the St. Louis Cardinals. And Barry was a building block for the Pirates to become one of the best teams in the National League East. Him and Bobby Bonilla and events like John Smiley, Doug Drabek, and a few others. And the Pirates improved each year. Barry became one of baseball's all-around players. He could hit for average, score a lot of runs, hit home runs, driving a lot of RBIs. He was a great fielder. 1990, 1991, and 1992, the Pirates won the National League Eastern Division title. And Barry was MVP in 1990 and 1992. He almost came close to winning the World Series. But during those 3 postseasons the Pirates made, he did not have a good postseason. And the Pirates could not afford Barry Bonds' salary because he was getting to be one of baseball's great players. And the Pirates were in a small market. Pittsburgh could not afford to keep Barry Bonds' services after the 1992 season, which he became a free agent. Barry then signed with the San Francisco Giants for a then record contract of, get this, $43.75 million for 6 years in 1992. Amazing. Those salaries, pro athlete can't live on that salary anymore. And he changed the San Francisco Giants' fortunes. San Francisco Giants were one of the worst teams in the National League during the early 90s. They almost moved out of the Bay Area of San Francisco to Tampa, Florida. But the National League blocked that move, and Barry signed with the Giants. Giants won 103 games in 1993, but that only was good for second place in the National League West. Braves won 104 games, and that was the last year that division winners only that if you won your division, you qualified for postseason. Second place team had to go home. But Barry won the 1993 National League MVP for the third time, and he led the National League with 46 home runs that year. And then for the next few years, Barry continued to be one of baseball's greatest players, finishing perennially in the MVP voting and having good stats with home runs, RBIs, and Gold Gloves. And the Giants were competitive. In 1997, they won the National League West title, but got bounced in the division series by the Marlins. 1998, Barry continued to have a good year. He had his 400th Major League home run, and he was still having put in great offensive stats. But this is when 1998 was the great home run race between Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa, which catapulted the nation glued in to see who would hit the most home runs. Mark McGwire hit 70, and Sammy Sosa hit 66. Barry Bonds was jealous of that. And this is around the time that Barry started to use the performance-enhancing drugs, steroids. And Barry's head was growing because of the alleged PED use. 1999, he kind of had an off year for him, but this is when he started to get into it. 2000, he had 49 home runs for the Giants, which was pretty good. And 2001, Barry Bonds had a monster year. He had 73 home runs, breaking a home run record for a single season. He easily won the National League home run title and National League Most Valuable Player for the fourth time. And then a lot of pitchers went not throwing to Barry Bonds. He got a lot of walks, a lot of intentional walks. The Giants made the World Series 2002. He had a great postseason, Barry Bonds, and if the Giants won the World Series that year, he would have been named World Series MVP. But the Giants didn't win it. They lost it in 7 games to the Angels. Barry continued to win MVP in the National League 2002, 2003, 2004. But in December 2004, a leak happened. It involved Gary Sheffield, Jason Giambi, and Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds told to a grand jury he unwillingly used the clear and the cream. He didn't know that the clear and the cream were steroids. Barry was dumbfounded about that, but a lot of people didn't buy it, or they thought he was lying through his teeth. He knew it was the clear and the cream. And he missed most of the 2005 season, Barry Bonds, because of knee injuries and stuff. And sometimes during press conferences when he was about performance-enhancing drugs and steroids, he told the sports writers that they've all lied at one time or another. Barry didn't like the media. 2006, Barry had a great year. He was only X amount of home runs away from Hank Aaron's record of 755. The Giants re-signed him in 2007, and on August 7, 2007, Barry Bonds hit his 756th career home run, breaking Hank Aaron's record for most home runs in Major League Baseball history, and at AT&T Ballpark. And they had a pre-tape mentions of Hank Aaron. After the season, the San Francisco Giants released Barry, didn't offer Barry Bonds a contract for the 2008 season. He tried to go with another team, but with all the suspicion with steroids, he was off limits to any major league team. They didn't want to have the distraction of Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds had these stats. He was a 14-time All-Star. 7 times he won the National League Most Valuable Player. 8 times he was a Gold Glove winner. 12 times he was a Silver Slugger Award. 3 times he was a National League Hank Aaron Award winner. 18 times he was 20 or more home run season. 12 times 100 in RBI seasons. 12 times he stole 20 or more bases. He finished in the top 5 of National League MVP voting 5 times. And his career stats were 298, 762 home runs, 1,996 RBIs, 2,935 hits, 2,558 walks, and 514 stolen bases. If Barry Bonds retired in 1998, he would have been a first ballot Hall of Famer. He didn't even, and there would have been talk about the performance-enhancing drugs what Barry Bonds took. And he started to take these in 1999. And then his career stats go way up. And he was about 35 when he was doing this, or alleged doing it, but he probably did it. And Barry Bonds just continued to stats go up, because at that age it goes down on the downslope, but it went up. After Barry Bonds retired from baseball, he was indicted for perjury to a grand jury. He eventually was convicted and guilty, but he served a suspended sentence and stuff like that. And Barry Bonds has not been invited to old-timers games or coaching any Major League Baseball team as a hitting coach. When he got on the ballot for the Hall of Fame in 2013, for the first time, he only got 35% of the votes. And he's hovered around that votes ever since, because there's sports writers who's never going to vote for somebody who did performance-enhancing drugs or have suspicions. But Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame, because before 1998, when he did this PED, he was a first ballot Hall of Fame anyway. He was one of the baseball's all-around great players. And he didn't need to do the PED and stuff like that. He was an all-around great player, but I think he probably was jealous of all the attention Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa got for the home run chase in 1998, which we all know now that was PED used as well. And Barry Bonds probably will never go into the Baseball Hall of Fame, which is a shame. Well, that's about it on him. Be back, Facebook friends and YouTube followers, for more video blogs tomorrow. First video blog will be about the top 10 greatest WWE moments at the world's most famous arena. We're talking about Madison Square Garden. Second video blog of the day will probably be a surprise. And the third and final video blog will be about my personality profile. We'll be talking about one of the greatest linebackers in NFL history, Lawrence Taylor, LT, number 56 of the New York Giants. And coming soon to these video blogs, Julie Broughton and Heidi Pratt, two cute, leggy blondes. And maybe, just maybe, I'll have a video guest one of these days. Good night, and survive the snow if you're in New England. Bye now. Tomorrow.